This semester, I was given the opportunity to work at Anderson School with students in grades 1 through 3. My program coordinator, Katie, informed me that the after-school program was focusing on fall lessons, so that is what I designed my lesson plans around. It was really fun to focus on a theme that coordinated with the calendar year. The after-school program serves diverse students with many different learning styles, but one thing they all have in common was that they love being creative. I used this to my advantage to engage students in hands-on learning activities every time that we met. All of the lessons we explored as a class had a creative component, whether that be drawing, creative writing, or baking. Some examples include drawing scarecrows, making mini apple pie bites, watching interactive read-alouds on YouTube, exploring pumpkins, and making coffee cake. Obviously, not everything I did went off without a hitch. Lessons almost never go as planned, but that's part of teaching. Some students really struggled to use the technology we had available to us because of a lack of exposure, but thankfully the older kids were always willing to help those who needed it. Another struggle that I experienced was that because the students had already been in school all day, it was hard for some of them to focus. The small group atmosphere also made certain students more worried about impressing their peers than following my directions, so management played a big role in my success. A final struggle that I experienced during Tech Club was having accessible technology to use with students as a class. The TV in the room didn't work, so any videos I wanted to show had to be shown on my personal laptop, and the small screen often became a challenge. However, not every school will have access to adequate equipment, and making use of what we have is also valuable. Thanks to the small number of students we had, it didn't become too much of a hindrance. However, this is definitely something that I would suggest improvements upon in the future for the after-school program at Anderson, especially since this is a technology club and kids need to be able to access the material they're learning about. One thing that went really well was figuring out early on that my students were creative learners and enjoyed expressing themselves in this way. This allowed every lesson to be motivating and engaging for each student, which paid off in the end, because they were able to connect with every lesson that we did. Another thing that went really well during Tech Club was that due to the small group setting, I was able to connect with each student on a personal level and make them feel heard and important. This helped the students connect with me and trust me as well, and it helped them see me as a teacher instead of just a visitor. Finally, I owe a lot of my success in Tech Club to my passion regarding teaching. Anyone can walk into a room and deliver a lesson plan and mostly get the kids to engage, but it takes heart to truly connect with kids and to teach. This is a lesson I will take with me throughout my career.